episode 35 of Girlfriends Knitting. I'm Carolyn, and I go by Call Shirley on Plurk and Ravelry, and I am so excited to have a whole bunch of new members on the Ravelry board. We are up to over 540. Yay! So that was one of my goals, was that I wanted 500 members before the end of the year. And so I've been sending out a bunch of invitations, and thank you to everybody who responded. And I hope you are watching the podcast today and enjoy this episode. Check out some of the back episodes. Some of them are really good. Some of them, eh. But anyway, I hope you are enjoying the podcast. There is a thread on the Ravelry board for a 500 member giveaway. And I'm headed to Rhinebeck tomorrow. I'm so excited. So I will pick up something for the 500 member giveaway at Rhinebeck, hopefully. And we'll be able to get that out to y'all next week. So it's just going to be a week-long thing. I'm going to do a drawing next week for the 500 member giveaway. It'll be some sort of yarny goodness. Also, I'm going to pick up a prize or two for the Socktober knit along, which basically is getting all of those one sock wonders finished up and made into a final pair. And the only thing is I asked you to make it October themed, and I've loved all of the narration about how these socks are October themed. So we have about 19 entries so far, and that will be running through the end of October. So I'm going to cut that off on Halloween. So go out there and get your socks posted. I've got a few myself. So let's go to FOs. My first FO basically doesn't look any different than it did last week. It's my knee-high stripy socks. I finished off the cuff and left them at home, and so I don't have them here to show you. But they look exactly like they did last week. They're just my little knee-high stripy socks. There's some pictures on my Ravelry project page of those. So I plan on bringing those with me to Rhinebeck and wearing them this weekend. So they are at home, packed up. Because I leave in the morning. Did I happen to mention that I leave in the morning? Okay. Deep breaths. My other FO is the wonderful pattern by Amy of Stockinette Zombies. Is she not adorable? It's Weeba. So instead of Weeb, I'm calling her Weeba. She's a little girl. You see her little party dress? She's partying for the Stockinette Zombies' birthday. Party down, party down. I haven't decided on what mouth to give her yet, so I guess she's not completely finished, but she has eyes. She just doesn't have a mouth. And she has a little party dress. She is made out of Red Heart Super Saver in pink camo I just love the colorway. I hated knitting with the acrylic and it's really scratchy, but for a monster it works great. And then I used what was left over from my Gemini for her little sweater. And there's a little mistake right here, but oh well. She was meant to be for a friend's Christmas present. But I don't know if she's leaving. She may join Basil over in the corner and keep me company at work. I don't know. I love her. She's so sweet. But I have enough to make another one just like her. So I may make another one just like her and for the birthday present. Because Christmas present. Because the Christmas present that it would be going to, the person they'd be going to, I'll get it out in a minute, will love this as much as I do. So, this is Weeba. Isn't she adorable? Okay, I'll put her down. So she's going to sit here and watch the podcast with y'all. Okay. So that is my other FO. She is such a quick knit. I highly recommend the pattern. Again, it's Weeb the Zombie Dude is the name of the pattern that is on the Stockinette Zombies Designs pattern page on Ravelry. So check that out. Go purchase the pattern. Quick, fun little weekend knit. What I've been working on, other than Weeba, is doing the same thing that y'all have been doing, is finishing up your FOs. So I have one Sunday barbecue sock. This is out of Lorna's Laces. Hold on, I got the tag. Hand-dyed yarns with the Outlast And it's 55% superwash merino, 15% nylon, and 30% outlast, which is a strengthening type material that they've put in it. So it's 425 yards, so I have plenty, and I will have some left over, and so I may make a weeb, a mini weeb, out of what's left over. But the colorway is called Zombie BBQ, and the name of the pattern is Sunday Swing or Sunday Stripe Socks. I never remember the name of the pattern, I'm sorry. It's a free pattern on Knitty. And one of the examples, one of the projects on Ravelry was out of this colorway even. So I loved it. I decided to do that myself. I have a ton of yarn left, and I am all ready to the heel flap on the second sock. So I will definitely have enough for a little mini weeb left over after I make my socks. So that is the other thing I've been working on. I will probably be casting on a pair of plain vanilla socks, maybe add some ribbing to them, but basically a plain vanilla sock to bring with me on the plane. And that pattern's easy, and I have it memorized, but I don't want to have to think. So I'm probably going to, like I said, bring a plain vanilla sock for the plane, pack those socks in my suitcase. And then the other thing that I am bringing, because it's not Mom's Christmas present, and Mom and Dad are going with me, and y'all have met Mom on the podcast, and hopefully I will get her to record with me this weekend, is Chelsea's comfy gray boatneck sweater. I thought I was at the place where you divide for the sleeves. I was not. You're supposed to have, for the size I'm making for her, 90 stitches around. Yeah. And I had 70, even though I had done the right number of rows. I double checked the increases, and I don't know if I'm just not increasing as often as I should or what the deal is, because it is written as a bottom up in pieces, but the shaping is raglan. So I rewrote it to be an actual top down raglan sweater. We'll see. It's my first attempt at this, but I love how it's coming out so far, and it's very sweaterish so far. So I'm just going to keep adding, keep increasing. It is super soft, super cozy. It's out of Perfection yarn, which is an acrylic blend, which is excellent for Chelsie because she'll be able to chunk it in the washing machine. It does have some wool content, but it's majority acrylic, and it's in a granite colorway. So I'm loving that. So I will take the sweater because it's a lot of just mindless stocking knitting. I will take the Sunday socks, though I probably won't touch them. And then I'll take a plain vanilla pair of socks that I need to get started for, computer issues. Sorry. I'll put a plain vanilla pair that will be easy plain knitting. So that's that. That's my whips. Let me go to enabling. I don't normally have an enabling segment because especially lately I haven't been buying a lot. Excuse me, I'm thirsty. Unsweet, by the way. But Amanda from Gnome Acres is an evil person. I just have to say it. Because she makes such fibery goodness that it must be purchased. Her and Steph from Loop, they're evil. And I haven't been doing much spinning lately. You may have noticed that my spinning segment has suddenly disappeared. Well, that's because there hasn't been any spinning going on. But I sat down at my wheel the other night and I did spin a little bit. I still have one color left on the Loop bat that I was working on months ago. Because I just haven't touched my wheel in a while. I haven't lost my touch. It was like riding a bike. I picked it right back up. But Gnome Acres was having a update, and I caught the update with this gorgeous fiber. Do you see this? It's reds and yellows and browns, and the yellow and brown kind of make a little bit of a green every once in a while. And it's Phoenix, 4 ounces, 100% merino top, $13. To me, that's awesome. So I had to have it. I had to. This will get spun up probably pretty thick. Hopefully it will be a hat for Amy, because she is begging me to design this hat. And I've drawn out some pictures, but it's going to involve a lot of short row shaping. So I'm still kind of working on how to shape it exactly like I want to. So I'm working on that. I'm going to get my mom to help me with that. Not that she knows how to even knit short rows, but she's got the concept of drawing and how it'll work. Trust me. So I'm excited about that. So let's go on to fitness, because I think that's it for knitting. Did not go to a Weight Watchers meeting last week because I was up in South Haven and didn't end up having time. And so the day that I normally go, a lot of craziness happened that night and didn't end up getting to go. So I went home and weighed, and I lost a pound. Well, then 2 date nights, one in which involved going to see a Broadway play that was here at our local theater. It was great. Plus, this is going to be lots of eating at Rhinebeck, meetings that involved lunches and breakfasts. I probably gained every pound back. I feel like I've gained every pound back. My clothes don't feel that way. My clothes are looser than they were, still. But I just feel... So I'm going to not worry about what I eat this week or at Rhinebeck. I'm going to simply worry about the amounts. So, for example, we had a breakfast meeting this morning, and it was a huge spread of sausage and biscuits and gravy and eggs and bacon and French toast. And so I got one small little French toast stick, one slice of bacon, lots of fruit. I think I got a sausage patty too. But I got whatever it was I wanted, but I just got a tiny bit of it. We'll see. Maybe I won't gain 500 pounds while I'm at Rhinebeck. But I have had more activity this week. So I did go to the gym. The color run did get me back into the gym, but it's very hard. For some reason, my knee and my ankle are just killing me. So that's still very hard. Hopefully, though, my dad is very big into fitness, and hopefully I may be able to get him to do a little bit of walking and running with me while we're in Rhinebeck, because it's going to be so pretty. I'm very excited. But the big thing was Saturday was the color run. And let me just tell you, if you ever get a chance to do the color run, you have to go and do it. I'm going to post some pictures. Hopefully I'll post some on the blog too. I may make a blog entry about the color run. They're definitely over on Ravelry, so if you have access to Ravelry, please go check out the Ravelry board. The exercise thread has an entire post full of pictures. It was huge. There were probably over 10,000 people there. We got there early. I got in the front of the line with some of my friends. We ran a little bit. We did more walking than running. Every time you got to a color, everybody stopped and walked through the color, because the idea was to get as much paint on you as you could. I think I accomplished that. So we were wearing long socks, we were wearing headbands, we were wearing scarves, we were wearing all kind of white t-shirts so that you could get as much color as you possibly could on you. It was just fabulous. It was a lot of fun. I finished the race. I was really scared that I wasn't going to be able to go 3 miles. Not a problem at all. I was worried that I was going to be at the end of the pack, right in front of the ambulance. They did it in waves of 1,000. So they sent out the first wave, and then they sent out the next wave like 10 minutes later, and then they sent out the next wave 10 minutes later. And there were walkers and runners in every wave. So even though I walked the majority of the course, I finished before some of the runners from the last few waves. So it worked out great because you didn't feel like, oh my God, I'm so slow. Because there was always somebody behind you. And so that was excellent. Loved that. I had a great time. I highly, highly recommend it. So this week's goal is to monitor portion size and up my activity level. That's this week's goal. I'll let you know next week how I do. The last thing I wanted to say was I got a sweet note from Kate, who won the stitch markers, thanking me for the stitch markers. And so I love that. That just makes my day. My favorite part of podcasting is very similar to what Amy from the Stocking Knit Zombies said, where it's listening to your feedback and how much you enjoy the show. That is my absolute favorite part. After I post the podcast, it's like checking every 5 minutes to see what you might have said. And I'm obsessive about that, but it makes me smile every time y'all say something. So I hope you enjoy this week. If you see me in Rhinebeck, please don't be shy. Come up and say hello. I've got stickers. I don't have buttons, sorry. But I have stickers for y'all to put wherever you want to. And I'm excited about that. I can't wait to show you next week what I may have come up with at Rhinebeck. Have a good week. Bye-bye.